walking through a field in New York, heading for a 16-mile day. Weather's nice. 1 mile checking out gut hooks. Tomorrow we start the deli blazing. Day one of the deli blazing has happened. I have my deli sub in my pocket for dinner tonight. Had one for lunch as well. Now I'm heading to camp. 10 miles. And I'm being swarmed by flies. Or black flies, mosquitoes, I don't know what they are. So I'm standing here at Nuclear Lake in New York. According to the internet, I guess that lake is radioactive. However, all that works. I'm no expert on nuclear anything. But it's a nice looking lake. It's a nice little trail around the lake. So, note to self, do not fill up my bottle of water from that lake. Unless I want to glow yellow tonight. Okay, it's about 6:30 in the morning. Forecast says 0 chance of rain. Guess what it's doing? It's raining. I have to break down my tent in the rain, pack my bag in the rain, go hike in the rain. Poop. The rain let up, and might I dare say, the sun's coming out. Heading for my first deli of the morning for breakfast and lunch. Trail's pretty flat. Today's off to be a good day. Back to the trail. Have to walk down the beach for a little bit. And it looks like some animals got into the trash. We have a nice big snake right over there. And in the middle of the trail. Awesome. Yay, it's raining again. When is it gonna stop this? The sun's out, and it's raining. At least I get to go to the deli. Good morning. I'm currently at the moment wringing out water out of all of my clothes. So far, just my socks, underwear, and shirt. I've probably been able to come close to filling up a full water bottle. Today is going to be the second or third latest start date I've had so far on trail. I don't care. I've just been very unmotivated, I guess is a good choice of wording for this morning. It rained all night. My clothes are soaked. I'll be hiking them dry today. If you were to ask me, before I got on this trail, what's worse? Wet socks or wet underwear? Ooh. I think I still would have said probably wet socks. They're pretty terrible. Pants are relatively dry. Underwear are hopeless. At least these are fast dry. My shirt is also fast dry. Boots. These things are soaked. It's been one hell of a day. It was a hell of a yesterday. Rained a little bit, stopped raining. Rained a little bit more, stopped raining. Rained a little bit more, and then it stopped raining. Then at around maybe 5:30 last night, the sky just opened up. First time I've actually had to truly set my tent up in the pouring rain. Or at least it was the worst rain that I've had to set my tent up in. That's better. I've set up in drizzle, light rain, but until last night, never once have I ever had to set my tent up in a torrential downpour. Now I get to put everything away, essentially wet. I am currently at the moment just breaking down my tent, everything in it. Everything's wet. Everything's miserable. It's one hell of a way to start the day. The pants aren't bad. The pants will be dry. My shirt will be dry. And as long as I go commando, I don't really have much to worry about as far as my pants drying. The real issue comes to be is my boots, or at least my shoes, those aren't going to be dry for a long, long time. And that is the shitty part. At least, on the good news, in 3 miles, I can go hang out somewhere and go charge my phone. But my goal today is 16 and a half. So. Yeah, nice weather for the next few days is a true statement. And time to at least start hike drying my shirt. Make sure no water comes out of it this time. Oh yeah, beautiful. Back over. PATC? I'm unfamiliar with the PATC. I am familiar with my shirt. And I'm about to put this on. And if my shirt's this wet, you all can imagine my boots. A tad bit might be an understatement of the day. This is the third time I've wrung this shirt out. My base layer is dry, so at least I can start getting at least one layer dry, or at least warm. Put this, where can I put this so it doesn't get wet? You can go right here. Good God, this is terrible. Yup, she's wet. Yeah, she's wet. Un momento, por favor. We do not need to turn today's viewing of Appalachian Southbound 2019, hashtag embrace the suck, into an episode of Pornhub. And, good God. Okay, so. Pants are wet. Shirt is wet. Socks are about to be wet. Trail Hut Overseer. Oh. Well, thank you for trail overseeing. There's been a lot of downed trees that people have cut and made passable, so I appreciate it. Everything's pretty much done with the exception of literally just breaking down the tent. And I'm just going to be just rolling it up, and it's just going to be one big wet piece of nylon. So these pants were size 34 when I started. Well, I guess technically they're still size 34, but that's a size 34 in 2 months. I can't say I've lost a substantial amount of weight, but I've lost a few pounds since being on trail. Expected. I don't know how I've lost all this weight. I eat nonstop. Honey buns, coffee cakes, oatmeal, Pop-Tarts, sporadically all throughout the day. Thinking about food at least keeps me from thinking about how wet everything I'm wearing is. And keeps me from really looking forward to, and by looking forward to, I mean not looking forward to, putting on those boots. So for all of you future AT hikers, embrace the suck. Let's see what the status of my socks are. Yay, muddy water. Love muddy water coming out of my socks. Why am I drying my socks? I'm about to put on wet boots. Who cares? I just inhaled a bug. Maybe a day cap of some bourbon might help the motivation. Good God. We're gonna give you a tour of the tent. Okay. You see that? All that water, all that moisture. That's what I got to sleep in last night. And it wasn't fun. All night long, starting about 11 o'clock, my body was like, you have to go to the bathroom now. And I'm like, no, I don't. I refuse. You can't make me. I'm not getting out of this tent. It is too wet. 6:30 in the morning, rain broke, and I was singing Hallelujah. Rain's starting to fall off the trees. The sun's trying to come out. The sky looks blue. Today looks promising. Except with the more water that is now dripping into my tent. I guess, at the end of the day, who cares? Can my tent really get that much more wet? I'd like to say no, but unfortunately, I guess it could. Coming up onto the Bear Mountain Bridge after summiting the Bear Mountain. I'm wet. My shoes are wet. I do have to say though, you do get used to, kinda, putting wet boots on every morning. Wet pants. Wet shirt. Nice view though. Hey, the Hudson River. So that's what that is, it's the Hudson. I do kind of remind myself the smell of a wet dog though. Or a wet hiker. Good morning. Leaving West Mountain Shelter. Nice little shelter made of stone. Had a fireplace inside of it. I guess for when it gets cold in the winter. Water was a good solid 0.3, 0.4 off on a side trail. Steep side trail. Gut Hooks wasn't lying though when it was saying that it had some blueberries. Hold on one second. I don't want to eat a piece of the plant. Blueberries in the morning. Delicious. I'm walking through blueberry field. So, had some beautiful views of the Manhattan skyline. No privy. First shelter that I've been to, I think, so far, that didn't have a privy. Not a big deal. Just a little strange. And the best part is, the shelter is a half a mile off the trail. And not an easy one either. All rocks. The only redeeming quality this trail has is it goes right through a blueberry field. Welcome to the lemon squeezer. Nope.